I just have to say that orange is your color.
Really? I thought it was royal blue.
Royal blue too. But that really goes nice with your hair.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. Yeah, you're a little bit upset because it shrunk. And now you're saying
I'm very upset.
Did I shrink it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Some of my things have been shrinking. Like my pants shrink. Like my sweatpants. And I'm like,
I'm sorry.
no, it's fine. I just should wash my own clothes from now on.
Because I put everything in the dryer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? Half my clothes get smaller.
So now your father's doing his own laundry. And I'm doing mine, yours, and Jackson's. But now you're going to do your own laundry. And now I'll only have Jackson and mine.
Can you just do mine and not put it in the dryer?
Oh, so you still want me to do yours?
As long as you don't mess it up.
Okay, so I believe that you should let your kids do their laundry, but I like doing laundry. So it's not like I don't care. I'm really picky when it comes to laundry, so that's why I do it. And everybody knows it. You would do your own laundry though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, except like you don't let me touch anything in the basement. I also as long as you don't put stuff in the dryer, like this shouldn't have gone in the dryer because it was over up to here on my arms.
Okay, well, all you have to do is put it separately and say, don't put this in the dryer or this needs to be hand washed.
Okay.
I'm Jennifer Valentine.
I'm Georgia Valentine.
And this is the Mother-Daughter Date Podcast.
Do we have intro music?
No, but we should. Can you write something?
Okay, ready?
Something? Yeah.
Roll intro music. Mother daughter date.
All right, there you go. That's great. We'll get that produced too. We'll get Jake Donaldson to produce it.
I want it to be like a hard EDM.
You work on that with Jake. Jake Donaldson is George's friend. He used to be in the Mini Pops. Well, we don't refer to him as the guy that was in the Mini Pops, but he was. And then that's how I met him. I interviewed him. And who knew that the two of you would be friends years later? You'd meet in musical theater and you'd make music together. So.
I honestly thought you were about to say babies.
Well,
because everyone knows says make babies. So you said that and I was like, no, where's this going?
No, we're not talking about babies. What we're talking about on this podcast, Georgia, we want your advice. Because, it's easy for me to say this is when your kid should get a phone or this is when, it's time to go to bed. But as an 18-year-old, you're still very young. We want your advice. Parents want your advice. What do you think? Right? We want your answers.
I'm very glad that this is happening finally. I like to think of myself as the Oprah Winfrey of daughters. So basically just an expert in anything and everything. Even if I don't really understand the concept of it, I can pull it out of my bum hole and just put it on and
Oprah's not an expert on everything, and I don't think she claims to be. Listen, she's a smart cookie.
You assume she knows what she's talking about.
She asks great questions, and she loves to absorb information, and she gives a great interview. And every time she interviews somebody, she learns something new. She reads, and this is what we're here on earth to do. We're here to learn and pass that information on to our children and to other people. And so really, people who know everything, they're just know-it-alls.
I like to think of myself as that explanation and that kind of description of her. If you changed the name and put Georgia, people wouldn't question it.
Really?
I don't think so.
There are a lot of other Georgias. I don't know any other Oprahs. There is only one Oprah, and there will only ever be.
Why didn't you name me Oprah?
Because I don't know. Maybe I should have.
Or something like original.
I want to know if there are other Oprahs. If mothers were inspired. Of course they were. And they named their child Oprah.
There are people named Oprah.
But there's only one Oprah. I only know one Oprah.
Just because you know one Oprah doesn't
I don't
mean
know her. I'd like to know her. I know of her and I feel close to her. I think we all do because we've watched her for so many years on TV.
And she loves bread.
She loves
that
bread.
Woman loves bread.
So she's our kind of woman. Yeah.
She's one hell of a woman.
Well, we should interview her about bread.
I'm not interviewing Oprah Winfrey.
Why not?
Because she's the queen of interviews.
Why? Maybe she
needs
to be interviewed.
I don't really want to interview her. I don't think she needs an interview.
Really? Okay. I'll interview her. I got a lot to ask her. Over dinner one night at her house when she cooks me something from
I'm going to say I can't believe
Weight
Josh
Watchers.
Peck hit you with his car. Millennials will get that one.
So this is advice for moms from a teen. George is 18 years old. She's a wise teen. Listen, you don't have to take her advice. We're just listening to her advice, and we're going to be inspired by her advice. So here we go, Georgia. I'm going to ask you a series of questions and just give me the answer that you think.
KK girl.
What time should kids go to bed?
Depends on their age.
Okay. You're right. Of course it depends on their age. That's,
I think that whatever time gives them 9 hours of sleep.
So you think kids should have 9 hours of sleep?
Well, I should have 9 hours of sleep, so yeah.
They say teenagers should have more sleep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, even more. That it's okay. Like, don't be worried if your teenager is sleeping in until noon. They need the sleep. This is when their bodies are growing.
Oh, weird. Because
I'm sure they're growing their whole lives, but they're saying, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I do sleep a lot. I sleep 9 hours.
That's
Maybe
pretty good.
8 hours for them.
I probably sleep about 6. I don't think you need as much sleep as when you're older as when you're young. What about a
Yeah.
10-year-old? What time should they go to bed?
9:30.
9:30.
You know why I would put my kid to bed at 9:30?
Why?
Because it's wine time.
Wine time is 9:30?
It's anytime you want it to be, but I think the cutoff is going to be 9:30.
And then they'll be whining. I don't want to go to bed at 9:30.
And then wine time will turn into 9, whether they're awake or asleep.
I think we put you guys to bed at 8, and you were really good about going to bed. You were amazing. 8 o'clock was the time, and you never really argued. You just went to bed.
Well, didn't you guys add a half an hour every year? So
Yeah, we did. We extended it as you got older.
Yeah.
But you were really great about going to bed. So that's good. Because we never, when you cried, we never really kind of came in the room. That was your father. I'd try to go into the room, and he'd hold me back. So that was probably a good thing, because then when you got older, you just knew that nobody was coming in the room. So you're like, why bother? How old should kids be when they get a phone? This is a great question.
Oh, I think they should be. It depends if you go to school alone. So I got a phone in grade 6 because I went to school alone with Jackson, but I didn't have any social medias.
Right.
So I would say grade 6 for communication wise.
Mm-hmm.
But social media, I didn't get any social medias till probably grade 8, like beginning of grade 8.
Oh, right.
And I think that if you have social medias, parents should go through it.
Well, there is an age limit. So some parents let their kids on Facebook and Instagram.
I was on
before they
Facebook,
can.
but you asked me to go on Facebook.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
Oh.
Because you set it up, I remember, because I was like, I don't want Facebook. And you were like, your relatives are on it and you have to communicate with them. And I was like, I don't want to. And
Really?
then,
I forced you on Facebook.
Yeah,
What
because
kind of a mother am I? But I wouldn't let you do YouTube. I felt very strongly about that. I said you had to be 16 years old. And you still don't really have a YouTube channel. So there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think.
Jackson had YouTube at like 10.
Really?
Yeah, do you remember Georgia the Evil Witch?
Yeah, but that wasn't under my supervision. I didn't know that he had it. He did that without telling me. Jackson did a lot of things without telling me.
The Easter thing.
What Easter thing?
When he posted on Easter, because you put out the chocolate and you didn't hide it. And I was crying because I was like, why would you do that to me? And then he posted on Facebook about it.
Because how old were you?
I was like in grade 5, Mom.
No, you weren't.
It was the old house.
I'm going to tell you right now.
It was the old house.
You were not in grade 5. You were probably in high school.
No, Mom. We were in this house in high school. It was the old house.
Okay, so just because you had a freak out that I didn't hide, because I thought they were getting a little older, and the Easter Bunny.
I hope you know that they hid eggs this year.
No, the Easter Bunny hid eggs.
I'm sorry. The Easter Bunny hid eggs this year. But in grade 6 and 5, it didn't.
When Georgia was getting a little older, we kind of told the Easter Bunny, don't bother hiding the Easter treats. Just leave them out on the table because, we're not going to have an Easter egg hunt. You flipped out. So ever since then, we have continued the Easter egg hunt with the Easter Bunny, and till this day.
I apologize.
Till this day. So it will be going on for the rest of their lives. We told you, yeah.
I think that Santa and the Easter Bunny give you presents and chocolate until you have kids. I think that is a rule, right?
I think that Santa should give you presents for your whole entire life. Your whole entire life, Santa. That's what I think. How important are traditions for kids? Speaking of holidays, birthdays, and travel. How important were holidays for you?
I think they were very important.
Birthdays?
Yeah, everything.
Yeah. What about holidays? with the fam.
Everything.
So one year we booked a trip for your birthday to go to Florida, and you were very, very upset because it was your birthday and you couldn't spend it with family. So we thought we were doing this amazing thing. We took you to Universal Studios, but you were upset because you said, well, why would you take me during my birthday when I want to spend it with my family?
Well, it was also Thanksgiving.
Yeah, because your birthday is on Thanksgiving. So that
so also, like, don't forget, I want to see Oma. And the best part about having Thanksgiving on your birthday is people are forced to give you gifts because they're forced to see you on that day.
That's true.
So they're like, oh, I have to get her a gift because it's like when I see her.
You're still going to get the gifts.
No, but like I got more. And I was missing that opportunity.
So it was all about the gifts.
No, okay. This is also not about the question anymore. I think that it is very important for holidays. Also, back to the second one about phones. I think that kids should not be exposed to electronics except for TV until they're old enough.
Okay.
I would never give my kid an iPad.
All right. So until they were
or
how
maybe
old?
like Mario Kart or little video games. Probably grade 7.
Why?
Or 6. Because you have a whole childhood and you can play video games and go on your phone the rest of your life. I do it. But who is it? Lucas's cousins are so polite and like adventurous because they don't even use phones. They don't use phones. They don't have them. And they're in grade 8. One of them's in grade 8.
So they don't have the phone. So they are doing things outdoors, playing baseball, going fishing.
You have to.
Doing whatever. I think that's amazing. Is honesty the best policy?
No.
Why?
Like a kid?
Yeah.
No, because I would probably learn from that mistake if I knew I shouldn't have told you about it.
Yeah, because you lie sometimes.
I don't lie sometimes.
Well, fibs? I don't know. You at 1:30 in the morning, you told me you were going to sleep at your girlfriend Dash's and somebody drove you to a cottage in Peterborough.
I did that because I would tell you tomorrow, the next day.
Because you knew I wouldn't let you go.
I knew you wouldn't let me go. But I always told you about parties and like what I was doing. Or if I needed help, I called you.
So why didn't you tell me you were going to a cottage at 1:30 in the morning?
Because you wouldn't have let me go to the cottage.
Absolutely not.
Exactly, but I'm here.
All right. Honesty is sometimes the best policy then. Sometimes you keep things from your parents.
You know what?
What?
Every kid is going to lie. Period. About something. So just get ready for it. Don't control it. You can't control it, but...
We should sell mother-daughter date lie detector tests for parents. Yeah.
Oh my God, we should do a lie detector test.
Let's do it. No, let's not. I changed. No, yeah. How important is it to talk about money with kids and teens? Like financially, like where you should put, like save money.
I think it's important, but it's also sad because I know people who were stressed out about money in grade 10, and I was like,
why?
Because their parents put too much discipline on them. I know someone who bought their own groceries, and their parents would like show them the list of what they bought.
And you think it's maybe too much to handle? I think
to an extent, like you can say you need to be careful with money because it's not just something you throw around.
Like get a piggy bank, maybe get an allowance.
That's fine. And like earn your money, but also know how to spend it. But don't make that your main center in life because you will never be happy.
Right. So maybe let a kid be a kid for a little while before the real problems of being an adult.
And like you can give them money, just don't give them too much money where they don't know how to handle it.
All right. Here's a good one because we just talked about it. We just talked about laundry. Should kids have chores?
Yeah.
Do you have chores?
No, because you guys have OCD.
What?
Dad doesn't let me do the dishes because he gets mad every time I do them. You don't let me do laundry because you have a certain way to do it. I cleaned the bathroom once, and then she walked in, went, and re-cleaned the entire bathroom.
Okay, but if I ask you to clean the washroom, you will do it.
100% I will. Or if I walk the dog, or when you're gone, I always have to do stuff like water the garden and things.
Yeah, I get you to do things when I'm not at home, and you never complained.
I can't though because I never really had to do stuff. But also, I would say that this is my chore.
Mother-daughter date?
Well, okay, like it's not like we have to film stuff and like work for it. It's not just like it's not just like sitting down and chilling.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Do you love me?
I love you.
I love you. And it's really nice to have these memories though. Like, let's be honest, like when I don't have a lot of memories with my mom. And my mom.
Oh my God. I thought you were going to say me.
No, I don't have a lot of memories with my mom. My mom was a workaholic. So being able to do this with you is...
And work.
And work. Yeah, but you know, she was a workaholic and I didn't really see her very much. So we didn't have this time. And she was very close with my sister, who is 11 years older than me. And they had this bond that was more than mother-daughter. It was friendship. And I was just young and needy and
You were a kid.
and I was a kid. And my mother, I have to say, did spend a lot of time at work. So this was important to me to actually have this with you for memories, you know, so you will have this for the rest of your life, you and me together. You'll really appreciate it someday.
I think kids should do chores.
Kids should do chores. I think so too.
Because I know people who can't cook.
Mm-hmm. And you
like,
cook.
Well, I'm like, how the hell do you not know how to cook? They're like, I didn't have to. I'm like, that's awful. That's awful. How do you eat? I don't get it. How do you not think about what's in food?
I also want to say not to be too judgy, because it's hard being a parent and,
No,
you know, everybody
obviously
makes
not.
mistakes. So
But-
don't beat yourself up. Listen, some things we do, they're great. And some things we do, I don't know, maybe we could work on it a little. I just think keep your kids safe. Tell them you love them all the time and just do the best that you can.
And
you
get
know?
them to cook.
Yeah. Get them to cook if you can. Cook with them. Do more things with them. And lead by example, because your father, when I met your father, I mean, I used to go over to Oma's house. He still lived on the farm when I met him. He was the part-time camera guy, and he lived on the farm, and I went. He did nothing. Oma did everything. But you know what? When we got a place of our own, I was surprised. Dad cooks, he cleans, he organizes. I was like, where did this come from? This is what Oma taught him his whole entire life. Just because he didn't do it himself didn't mean that he didn't
I think
see.
I would do that too, though.
I do
because when was
too.
in
I
New
think
York-
Jackson would too.
When I was in New York, I did that.
You totally did. I was so proud of you. You cleaned, you cooked, you shopped, you were amazing. And that's when I knew. Lead by example. That's what I say. Is it important to have a part-time job when you're in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Teaches you something?
Yeah, I did Mendocino.
You did.
Maybe not right away. It's pretty hard to get a job when you're really young.
It is, but not to have too many hours. I worked
Yeah, you shouldn't. Because like even sometimes Mendocino, when I first started working there and I had school, I did 4 shifts a week after school. So it'd be like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And I didn't do homework. I was like, I have no time. I have to work. I have to work.
Yeah.
And it was during grade 11 when things are starting to get serious. And I was like, ah.
I'm going to say no more than 3 shifts a week.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I was a telephone marketer from the time I was 15 years old, asking people if, you know, we could send somebody over to do a vacuum cleaner demonstration. Crazy. I had to get 7 people to say yes a night or I was fired. And on Saturdays, 10. You try that. And if somebody was allowed to come into their home just to clean their home, they didn't want to sell you the vacuum. They just wanted you to preview the new model. No, they wanted to sell you the vacuum. But just to let us come in and clean your home, you get a free set of steak knives. Yeah, 7 people a night, Georgia. But I worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and on Saturdays. So needless to say, I had a nice little bank account when I was young, but my grades really suffered. So
Yeah.
I just would say, yeah, it's great, but maybe 2-3 shifts a week at the most. Should your parents be your friends? This is going to be our last question. What do you think about parents being friends? Is that important?
Yes.
Yeah?
Because I know people who do a lot worse than me and their parents are strict.
Mm-hmm.
You're like obviously careful, but you're not a mean person about rules. You're not like, you can't go out. Nah. You're like, you can go out, but like make sure you do this before you go out.
Make sure you phone me. I want to know exactly where you are.
Yeah.
Check in. I think it's really important to be friends with your kids. I think we're really good friends. We hang out, we laugh, we joke. We're going to go get a nice coffee right after this, but I'm your mom first.
Well, and if you give your kids too many rules and make them scared of you, they're going to do a lot worse. Like I know people I would have to Uber home from parties because they would overdrink because their parents would be like, if you drink and you come home, you're in so much trouble. So if they actually were in danger, the last person they're going to call is their parents.
My advice, is to just remember what it was like to be that age. Close your eyes and say, what was I doing at 10? Or what was I feeling at 15? And chances are your kids are feeling the exact same way. But what did we learn from this podcast? Try not to shrink the clothes. Maybe not put everything in the dryer.
This is like, I can't even move. I'm like upset.
Are you?
I bought another orange shirt though 2 days ago. So.
But it's really cute.
It's so cute. I just have to wear it with like a bathing suit.
Maybe I could stretch it.
My boobies. Yeah, free preview. So,
God. Yay! Gonna get a lot of new followers.
Yeah, a lot of followers.